Welcome Aquarius to your October 2021 reading. Thank you so much for tuning in. If this is the first time you've tuned into my channel, I offer free mini readings for all new subscribers. So if you've got a question about this particular reading or something that this reading doesn't cover for you, just click that subscribe button and ask your question in the comments below. Now remember guys, this is a general reading, so take what resonates for you and let the rest go. Now I've got to start out by saying happy Halloween for all of you people in the world that follow Halloween. It's a very exciting month for you guys if you do. Now, you are starting out with the energy of the Knight of Swords, and this is fast moving, rush kind of energy. And Aquarians, I feel like a lot of you do this anyway. You are very on the go kind of people. So this is really fast moving. And if things have been feeling like they have been quite slow, or even not moving at all, that is absolutely going to change in October. It is almost like stepping into a whirlwind. That's what I always say about this particular card. All knights are movement, and the Knight of Swords, the fastest of all, fastest movement of all. And, you know, this is a card of also taking action as well. Swords are all about thoughts and ideas and the mind. So when the Knight of Swords comes up in a reading, it's really asking you to take action, but in particular, think your way through any solutions. And you will be able to do that successfully in October. When this card shows up, it is not a time to be making emotional decisions. Decisions need to be made by the intellect. I mean, Aquarius, you are an air sign, so you do understand all about the intellect, the mind, your thoughts. You feel very comfortable in this energy. Now, because this movement is so swift, if you are needing to make a decision, it can be that it's difficult to make because, you know, the decision is seeming difficult to make because you are having to make a decision quickly because this is the energy of that night, but you've still got to try and really take the time to think through your choices carefully, regardless of the speed at which you have to make the choice. It's really important to think things through carefully before you get too far down the road and you can't turn back kind of thing. Now, you've got the World card here, and it's interesting. Another star sign had the World card. I think that was Capricorn. You might have some because Aquarius follows Capricorn in the astrological chart, you might have some placements in Capricorn, so this could relate to you. But the World card is talking about the end of an era, and it's interesting that this is right above the Death card. Now, the Death card, as ominous as it looks, really is just talking about an ending to something as well. And that is what the World card is talking about too. Now, the World card is a successful completion. This is the energy of the end of an era, really moving on to the next level in your personal life, in your career. This could be a promotion that's coming in for you. I mean, you've got two Pentacle cards right after this card, so there could definitely be a new position that's opening up. And, you know, it can be quite challenging, but it's promising as well. It's quite exciting. Now, this can also talk about moving home, moving to a new city. It's kind of like closing off a chapter of your life, and now a new chapter is beginning. Now, the world can also talk about you gaining some enlightenment on something that perhaps was a little bit mysterious to you, but you've got some clarity when the World card comes in, and it's kind of your next step, your next part of your journey, your life's journey, is really clear to you now, and you've got some understanding of where it is you are going, or where you certainly want to be going now next in your life. But the World card is just a beautiful energy. It is a card of closing off a particular part of your life, moving on to something new, but closing it off in a successful way. And in general, the world is a card of success. Now, we then move on to the Four of Pentacles, and this is an interesting card. This is a card of perhaps hanging on too tightly to your money. Sometimes this is known as the Miser card, but it's really a card of duality. There's a few duality cards in the tarot deck, one of which, they can mean opposites. So this is a card of either hanging onto your funds too tightly when you don't need to, or it's like you are spending like there is no tomorrow. So really, I feel like if you are hanging on to your money for fear of missing out, you actually might be missing out on happiness by doing that. So don't hang on to money if you don't have to, because you could be enjoying, what are you hanging on to money for? It's not going to be there when you're gone. You know what I mean? Enjoy it while you've got it. I mean, of course, if you have no money and you only have small amounts of money, it's wise to hang on to it, and to save it for a rainy day, save it for spending on sensible things. But if you are hanging on to your money for no reason and you've got plenty of it, there could be some issues there that you really need to look at. And yeah, if you are hoarding cash, if you're hoarding things, it's not healthy for us to do that. Now, not only can this refer to money, but it can also refer to situations in your life where you are either being excessive or insufficient in your efforts. Now, this could be to do with your work, because it is a Pentacles card. So, or just your day-to-day life and living, because Pentacles are earth, so it can be to do with your life in general. There could be a situation where you're either just going full hog at something, or you're just not putting in enough effort at all here. It's this kind of, like I said, duality. And you, Aquarian, will know what I'm talking about when I say this here. Now, it's interesting as well. I love looking at the numbers. And if you look at the final four cards, it's like 3, 4, 5, and 6. And often in numerology, when you have cards that follow in succession like that, it means that you are on a little bit of a journey. There is some stages that are going through, and you're following through in each of these stages quite well, which is a great message to be hearing as well. Now, just to go back to the Four of Pentacles, now you could potentially be, really, this can be a card about business, because it's Pentacles, of course. And you've actually done some really good, well thought out business decisions. You've made some really well thought out business decisions here for yourself. And it can also talk about large purchases or investments that you might be making. And for some as well, it could be this feeling that your prosperity is going to be taken away from you, which can explain this hoarding sensation. You're feeling like you need to hang on to this, what you've achieved, because it's going to disappear. So, but you know, this often is just a feeling and it's not a reality. So just keep that in mind as well. But you've got the Three of Pentacles, sorry, as well. And this is a card of great business. You are doing very well in your business or in your career. It's a card of great craftsmanship if you are making something. It's really just talks about your work being on a really high standard, high quality. And you might even be receiving awards. You might be receiving promotions because you've done such a great job. And this is kind of mirrored in that World card as well. You know, there might be promotions here for you. But it's just a card of great creativity. Even though it is a pentacle, not a wand, it's just to do with your work. You're being really creative in the way you work. And it's almost like you are following your passion. You love what you do, and you can sail to the very top of your profession here, Aquarius. It's great. And this also talks about working in a nice, tight-knit little team where you're doing some outstanding teamwork together. And you might be just getting, you know, recognized for your contribution to a group effort as well here. It's quite lovely. Now, you've got the Queen of Swords. Now, this is an air sign like yourself. I would normally read this as a Libra, but it's a general reading, so this is any air sign. But I always say when I read the tarot, it is more about the character of the person that the cards are describing more so than their star sign, because I'm not an astrologer, to begin with, and also even though you know someone that sounds like this person that is a different star sign than a Libra or an air sign, they might have Libra in their chart somewhere that you don't know about, and so that's why it is coming out as this particular card. But the Queen of Swords, it really does describe someone. I mean, firstly, she's a sword, and I say she because queen is traditionally she's, but this is non-gender specific. This can be male or female. But so this is someone that is a great friend. They're very intelligent. They can be a little bit of a drama queen or drama king. But they've got a lot of experience in life, and they're able to turn sadness or challenges from the past into strength and an amazing sense of humor that they can kind of wield like a magic wand almost. They're really good at doing that. And they're really good at being able to look at a problem or a difficult situation, and just at a quick glance, they know exactly what to do. And, you know, this makes them a great confidant. And it's also, this person really steers clear of people that don't take responsibility for their own life. They don't like those kind of people around them, and they will hold people to be accountable, particularly if you ask them for help. So if that sounds like someone in your life, they could be very significant for you in October. Now, this is right next to the Death card. So for some of you, a person in your life, there may be a natural ending to a situation that you have dealing with a Libra or a particular, or this particular person. But just in general, what the Queen can talk about for you in your life, is talking about freeing yourself of clutter and or emotional distractions, essentially drama in your life. And, you know, again, similar to the character of the Queen in real life, this is a card of wisdom that comes from many life experiences. So I feel like, Aquarians, you are in this energy yourself in October. There's almost like an inner peace that's coming over you, and you've earned it. It's almost like you're at this stage in your life now where you can pretty much handle just about any situation that is thrown your way. And it's because of your past experiences that has enabled you to get to this point. Yeah, now this can just, as I said, this can really represent perhaps someone that is single or divorced, someone who's got a really dry sense of humor as well. But as I said, that Death card right beside the Libran there, or the Queen of Swords, I feel like some of you, as I said, there is this ending to a particular situation that is going on for you with this particular person. Now, you know, as I said, this is a very misunderstood card. It's very spooky. I mean, you look at the skeleton there with the scythe, you know, ready to slice open anybody, and the snakes coming out of the skull's eye sockets and mouth or whatever. But this is just, often it's not a physical death. I mean, it can sometimes refer to a physical death, and for some, maybe, you know, someone in your life, it has passed, or is passing in October. But often this is just an ending to a certain stage, and it's a card that actually allows you to release. And it's a card that allows you to release a situation that really doesn't serve you anymore. And it's kind of saying it's time to move on. And as I said, it's right below that World card, which again talks about a completion of an era. So it's time to let go, Aquarians, whatever it is that you are sort of going through. You know, it is time to move through these changes. Take your time. There's no need to rush, despite the fact that you've got the Knight of Swords there, which is like fast moving energy. Just reach out to family and friends if you have to get some ideas how to deal with a situation that may feel like a bit of a loss for you. But look, it's also an excellent card when you are asked to face your fears. And it's a great time for facing your fears, and you can sort of, it's almost like you're in complete control of your future when you do that. This is a card of real personal transformation, and a lot of the time it comes with some spiritual insights as well. You know, things, if you meditate, things may come through to you, but there is transformation here, and there is release. So, you know, don't be afraid of this. I feel like there is some significant changes coming through for you in October, but they will bring bring great a great feeling of release for you. Now, you've got the Six of Wands there. What another wonderful card that this is. This is the Victory card, and you have made such great strides in your journey. And it's like when you get, normally this, in a traditional deck, I mean, I'm using the Tarot of the Witches deck, but in a traditional deck, the imagery on this card would be someone riding into town on a horse and people cheering and yelling, and it's like they're riding into great acclaim. And I feel like you are doing this. You are riding into town to great applause and celebration, and it's like there's going to be some information coming your way that's going to make you so happy in October. It's great. You might, as I said, again, a promotion. Like, this is 3 cards that are giving you this message. So some of you, there's a promotion in the wings. You might be getting an award, or there could be just a new contract. I mean, if you're writing a book, you know, it's going to be like a book contract. If you're into music, this is all about creativity, Wands. If you are writing in a band and you're writing songs, you know, you might get a record deal or a music deal. It's almost like something that you've been hoping for is going to make its way to your door. It's absolutely beautiful. But, you know, you're going to be recognized for your accomplishments in a public way here. So, you know, it might be some time to do some self-promotional marketing with the media if you do have your own business and you're wanting to grow it in that respect. Now, your final card here is the Five of Swords. Now, this is a pretty interesting card. It does have multi-layered meanings here, but what the Five of Swords is saying is make sure that, you know, everything happens for a reason, essentially, is what this card is saying. And you will learn from many situations that come your way. And this card can sometimes come your way when we might not be making the right choices in our life. Now, it's almost like when this card shows up, it kind of gives us a bit of a heads up that we might be going in a direction that might not make you happy. So making a little bit of a change now can save a lot of trouble later on down the track. Now, that's a message for some. Now, a message for others here is there might be some people around you that have some different motives than you do. So there could be some people that might be a little bit jealous of your achievements. And there could be some people around you that their actions kind of are a little bit questionable. Their reasons for doing what they are doing might not be in line with your own. So, you know, they might not have, essentially they might not have the same motives as you do. So just be careful with other people. Just keep the lines of communication open and make sure you keep an environment, essentially create an environment where everyone's integrity can be confirmed. You know, you don't have people that are going to try and stab you in the back or do things that aren't with the highest of integrity. And make sure that you yourself are doing things with the highest integrity. Okay, don't try and manipulate a situation in a negative way, because the Five of Swords is kind of warning you, if you do, there can be some repercussions. I hope I'm not leaving that on a downer, but your final card here from the Gateway Oracle deck is Looking Deeper. And I love this particular card. You know, you look at the crystal blue water between some snow-covered mountains, and beneath the water there's beautiful jewels. And I've put my crystals over the jewels on the card just to make them stand out a little bit more here. But the affirmation for this card is, deep within me is a majestic radiance. And the meaning of this card is, things are not always as they seem. Look deeper into the situations and relationships in your life. Sometimes that seems closed. Something that seems closed may in fact be just ready to open. If you go beneath the surface, you may find hidden gems of truth, light, or abundance. The universe wants you to know this is a time to engage and reflect. It might be worth taking a second look at something you previously passed over. Imagine a mystical mountain lake where you can see the reflection of the sky and trees. But when you look beneath the surface, you can see sparkling gems in the crystal clear depths. These treasures are meant for you. By exploring hidden crevices in your soul, you will begin to uncover even more profound levels of the vast majesty within yourself. I love that message for you, Aquarius. You have just got so much untapped potential within yourself. But also I feel like this card fits in really well with that Five of Swords, where it kind of says, look closely and deeply at situations and relationships in your life. Are you surrounding yourself with people who you think are your friends, but perhaps don't have your best intentions at heart? So again, I don't want to end on a negative note. I feel like this card is saying you just have a vast majesty within you, and your successes are unlimited here. And they're beginning in October. So have a great month, Aquarius. Take me up on my offer if you are a new subby. I would love to do a mini reading for you. So just click that subscribe button and I'll get back to you. So have a great month, and I hope to see you next month. Bye.